what made Gabbar so great? Like, if you, as a script writer, you analyze it, he also.
You see, there was something magical about Gabbar. When uh, Amitabh Bachchan ji and Sanjeev Kumar sir, they heard this script separately, not together. And both of them said, "Ke, why can't you give me Gabbar's role?" So, they were sharp actors. I mean, they knew uh, where is the possibility of great performance. So both of them insisted कि हमको गब्बर का रोल दे दो. नहीं भाई, वो गब्बर का रोल तो हम आपको नहीं दे सकते, आप तो दूसरा रोल कर रहे हैं. लेकिन that shows that even on the paper, when the film was not made, there was something about Gabbar that would fascinate people, and people like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan or Mr. Sanjeev Kumar. And then, I mean, fortunately, we got Amjad Khan Saab, who did a very competent job. And, well, the rest is history.
Hmm. But is it Gabbar's pure villainy that worked, or his dialogues, his demeanor?
Yeah. And Gabbar did not have a unhappy childhood, nothing. He was never wronged. That's why he had become like. He was really unadulterated, pure evil. And sometimes I think, and he was extremely popular in children. Oh, children loved. I mean, Gabbar ki pasand, the biscuits were sold on Gabbar's name and so on. Um, why? I tried to analyze or understand that. You see, if you take children to a zoo and tell them, children, on this side you have beautiful, fascinating birds. And here they have brought a man-eater tiger uh, last week. He was a man-eater, that tiger. Where do you think the children will run? On which side? They'll go to see this man-eater. The fact is that all of us, leave aside children, we have a lot of resentment, lot of anger, lot of fantasy, violent fantasies in us. But society, fear of law, our own sense of decency and culture, and sense of responsibility, and knowing what is right, what is wrong, that morality stops us from doing many things besides uh, inherent fear of doing something wrong, that you'll be punished. So you adhere to the present morality, laws, norms, and so on. When you see someone who is the law unto himself, who doesn't care for anything, who is free of all the binding that you have on you, somewhere, however evil he may be, you admire his freedom. And that is why such characters fascinate on the screen. The man has no sense of guilt. हम लोग कुछ खराब भी काम करते तो कहीं ना कहीं हमें गिल्ट रहता है, अरे यार, और we try to forget about it. Or very poorly we try to justify it with very weak argument. And actually we are trying to satisfy ourselves, justify to ourselves and to others. This man has no such problem. He's so proud of his wickedness, his ruthlessness, uh, and living happily. So I think somewhere you admire that. Another thing I'll tell you, whether it is Gabbar or it is Shakal or Mughembo, these three villains are very successful villains. But they have one thing in common. They are not lechers.
Yes.
You don't respect a villain who is a lecher. Because there he is showing some weakness. This person is free of all these desires where he'll depend on anybody. The lecher also depends on somebody. He's greedy. They are not greedy. They are entitled. you respect that. आप इनमें से किसी भी विलन को अगर लेक्चर बता देते वो स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं लगता. तो moral of the story, lechers are weak people.
Yes. Recently, I read a quote about by Mr. Dharmendra, and he said that the coin, that's the real hero of the film. How did you come up with the idea of the coin as the plot device?
I'll give this credit to Salim Khan. Salim Khan gave this idea. It was his idea. Like the basic storyline is also Salim Khan.
Okay. And you never repeated that in any other film.
What?
The coin.
अरे people have stood, hey, ये शोले का coin है, यहाँ कैसे आ गया? Nobody could afford to do that. Even today, nobody can do it.
Yeah. If you have to change something in Sholay, anything that you would like to change, any sequence, any character, anything that you'll
Then
add?
we had to because in emergency time, you know, whatever diktat was given to us, we had no choice but to adhere to it. In original, Thakur used to kill the villain, but then we were ordered to change that, so we did. But I have heard that now they are releasing Sholay with the original end. That's good. Then after 50 years, I have said it somewhere recently, I still regret that one of my dialogue was cut. And I still remember that dialogue. This dialogue should have been there. It was a nice line. You know, when they give challenge to Gabbar, and Gabbar says, "Ab aayega maza." बहुत दिनों बाद गब्बर को कोई ऐसा आदमी मिला है जो इतनी बराबरी से बात कर सके. अब आएगा मजा. इसके आगे there was one line which because of the length of the film was cut. He says, ऐसा मलिया मेट करूंगा, ऐसा मलिया मेट करूंगा कि पूरे रामगढ़ में एक ईंट पर दूसरी ईंट नहीं मिलेगी. तो मुझे ये अभी एक तो मलिया मेट इज सो मच लाइक गब्बर वोकैबुलरी. मलिया मेट that has that perverse violence in it, and beside that this expression that पूरे रामगढ़ में एक ईंट पर दूसरी ईंट नहीं मिलेगी is a good expression. मतलब टोटल डिस्ट्रक्शन जो है इसका डिस्क्रिप्शन जो एक ईंट पर दूसरी ईंट नहीं मिलेगी was a nice thought. Sorry for the modesty, but till today I feel very bad that this line was cut.